Hello creatures! So today is April 2nd, which means it is Camp NaNoWriMo season, which is super exciting. This is going to be the first of 4 videos I'm going to make of week-long sort of progress checks with NaNoWriMo. I'm planning on trying to do like a smaller vlog entry every day if I can, or a couple times a week. I wasn't able to post yesterday. I had a really rough start to camp, and I'm kind of disappointed about it because usually the first day of camp, or at least the first few days, I am full of writing energy and I have so much that I want to write, and I usually set my goals those days to be really high. So my goal for April 1st was originally 3,000 words, but I had to run errands for a few hours, and whenever I came back I had a bit of a headache and it like wrecked my whole night. So I wrote right under 500 words, and then I called it quits for the night and I sort of just started fresh today, which worked out a lot better. I was a little bit worried I wasn't going to be able to make my goal, but today's word count goal was 1,600 words. I have so far written 2,400, and I think I'm going to be working a little bit more before I go to bed. I don't really believe in stacking your goals, like making up missed days goals like all on the next day, if that makes sense. So what I mean by that is my goal for yesterday was supposed to be 3,000 words, and my goal for today was supposed to be 1,600 words, and instead of merging those together and expecting myself to write a stressful 4,600 words today, I just sort of went with my goal for today, and then I took advantage of being in the writing mood and I wrote over my goal. That way I can sort of catch up a little bit. I'm still in the mood to write. I actually did my 2,400 words that I told you earlier, and then I was editing a video. I am uploading a video that will be available for you guys tomorrow, which is Friday. I'm really excited about. That kind of sums up my 2 days. I'm still in the writing mood, so after I get done posting and doing all the details and stuff for that, I'm probably going to sit and write more. It would be really cool if I can hit 3,000 words. That way I can like make up for what I did yesterday, which is something I don't force myself to do, but it also would be like really nice to know I'm not that far behind. If I did 3,000 words today and then a couple hundred words extra tomorrow, I would be nearly caught up to where I wanted to be in the first place, which ideally would be awesome. So I hope tomorrow is equally as productive as today was, because I feel like a really good time rating. I cranked out words really fast. I did like laundry in the house, and I'm just like in a good mood. I have like a video done, so if I could do just as well tomorrow as I did today, it would really help pick me back up to where I wanted to be. I know in my last video I actually said that I was going to be posting every other Monday, but then like the whole world shut down and my Starbucks store right now is actually closed, so I have a little bit more free time. So for the foreseeable future, I'm going to be trying to post 2 times a week, and this is probably just going to be for the duration of April. I'm going to be posting my normal videos on Monday, and then I'm going to be posting these Camp NaNoWriMo vlog update videos on Friday. So my goal with doing that is to get more used to like recording and putting the content out a little bit quicker, so that whenever April ends, I feel way more comfortable doing once a week videos instead of the every other week videos that I was doing. I really hope that works out. So I'm going to finish doing this video, and then I'm going to write a little bit more, and then I'm probably going to call it a day and relax. Good afternoon, creatures. It is April 3rd, so it is the 3rd day of Camp NaNoWriMo. Last night I got probably another 100 words in, if that much, before I called it quits. Today my goal is supposed to be 1,600 words, which I would be ecstatic if I hit that and I'd be totally satisfied. But if I can hit 2,000, it would be even better because of that lull I had on day 1 where I was over 2,000 under what I thought my goal was going to be for the day. So if I can catch up like little by little, that would be really awesome. So my project is currently at 2,955 words, which is I think a lot of words for day 3. I'm really happy with that goal. If everything went as it was supposed to go to plan, at the end of today I was supposed to have 6,200 words, which I'm probably not going to hit today, but I think between today and tomorrow I can get a little bit caught up with all of that stuff. So if I hit just the 1,600 words that I want to write today, that brings me up to 4,555 words. So I think if I split it between 2 days, it would be really easy to catch up to the progress that I wanted to do. My goal, I don't think I mentioned at the beginning of the video, but my goal for the whole month is 35,000 words, which isn't a steep word count goal. If you divide it by like days, it's somewhere between 1,100 and 1,200 words per day. But I know like at the beginning of the month, I'm usually really excited. Also at the beginning of the book, I usually have a little bit more figured out. So I made my weekly and daily word count goals pretty like heavy in the beginning, and then they like lighten up throughout the month. So like by the end, I think I'm writing like 700 or 800 words a day, as opposed to like yesterday where I wrote I think 2,400 something words. So everything is going pretty well, but I have this nagging urge to do everything but write this morning. So it is just like after 2 o'clock, and I got up at a decent time, and I like made breakfast, and then I got a shower, and then I like played with my cats, and then I was like, well, I haven't studied Japanese as much as I want to lately, so I'm gonna go ahead and do some of that. And then I was thinking about how I had a really good video editing session last night, and I'm like, well, I should just edit my reading a book in a day video, which will actually be up before this video, so if you want to watch it, I'll leave a card up there. But I'm making a series of videos of things to do inside, things like reading a book in a day and doing writing prompts. So I'm sitting here thinking, well, I have all this like filming, editing, cleaning energy. I should like reorganize my drawers. I should make more videos. But in reality, I should be meeting my word count. And I think that this is something that a lot of people struggle with. Like, we make goals that are like obtainable, but then it's just like so easy to get distracted. There's like no other way I could say it. It's just so easy to get distracted. So I sat down at my desk. I got all cleaned up for the day. I fed myself. I made a coffee. I will not move from this spot until I've written at least 1,000 words, at least 1,000. And then after I hit at least 1,000 words, I'll take some sort of break. I'll take a walk. Maybe I'll be feeling snacky or something after that. Maybe I'll get some cleaning done. Even though my like in ink written goal in my calendar is 1,600 words, I think today I'm really shooting for 2,000 words just to sort of bridge that gap a little bit more. I hope your writing for day 3 is going great, and I'll probably check in with you guys before I go to bed. So I just got back from the chiropractor. It was really nice to get out of the house and drive around. I also feel a little bit more comfortable sitting up, so I have high hopes that that'll help my word count goal for the rest of the night. Before I went, I had about, I want to say right over 1,000 words. It was like 1,017 or something words, and I was so antsy that I went and got up and I went to take care of that. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to grab a bite to eat, and I'm going to sit down again and try to crank out another 1,000 words for the day. All right, it is the end of April 3rd. It is like right after 11. I managed to write 2,400 words today, 2,422 to be exact, which was really exciting. I was shooting for 1,600, but I was trying to get like a little bit over 2,000 if I was able, just to make up for a day that I was late. But tomorrow is a 1,400 word day. I'm hoping that I can keep up this pace. That way I can crank out the majority of what I want to get done in the next few weeks. I just got word today that my Starbucks store might be opening soon, maybe like in a week and a half or so, after we get all the details sorted out and I'll be back at work. So I want to get as much of this done before I have to go back to work as possible. But I think it's been a really productive 3 days. I hope you can say the same. I am also surrounded by cats who want to help. So I have Kashkoy over here and Flurry. But yeah, they get really excited whenever I pull out like the camera and the lights, and just whenever I'm in the office talking. So hopefully you'll get to see them more in future videos. Ideally, at the end of this vlog or at the end of this week, I want to be able to put out a blurb about what my story is about. But as the beginning is starting and things are changing, getting repositioned, and then changing again and getting repositioned, I sort of want to get everything settled down and really get like the story on a roll before I start announcing like the premise, just in case that changes again as well. But I'm looking forward to a Saturday writing session. I think me and my dad are going to meet for a few hours tomorrow and get some writing in, so hopefully I can knock out my goals for both tomorrow and like the little bit of makeup I have left from Wednesday. But yeah, good night guys, see you tomorrow. Welcome to April 5th. I wasn't able to film at all yesterday. I had kind of a really bad 2 days, and it wasn't like really bad as in really negative, but I just really didn't have the motivation to write either day, yesterday or today. I went through most of yesterday just doing things around the house and hanging out. I wasn't really busy. I just didn't want to be writing. I did a little bit of editing and chilling, and then around like 9 o'clock, I was like, I have to write something for the day. And I sat down and I wrote for a little while, and I got to the point where I was just going to call it quits, say at least I did something for the day, and just go to bed or move on and do something else. But I went to punch in my word count goal in the NaNoWriMo website, and I had like 1,300 and something words, and my goal for the day was 1,400 words. So I made myself sit and write the extra 100 or right under 100 words I needed to meet my goal, just to say I did it. So I technically met my goal yesterday, even though I didn't have the best like emotional feelings about what I was writing. And then today I actually went over to my dad's house because I needed a change of scenery, and we had like a little write-in, which was really nice, but I did not get a lot of words done. He just got Scrivener for the first time, so it was a lot of like figuring things out, answering questions, talking about our work, which is really good. I have 850 words exactly done today, which is kind of impressive. I love when it randomly like lands on a well-rounded number. But if I can, before I go to bed, it's about 11 o'clock now, if I can crank out another 550 words, that would be wonderful. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it though, to be honest. I have a video that goes up tomorrow, so my priorities are to edit that video first, but then I'm going to go in and try to get those words done. The video is almost entirely done, so I feel like it won't be very hard to do, hopefully. After a few days of sort of being in a funk and of not really having any real plans, I've decided to change the way that I plan my days a little bit. I used to be really into calendar blocking, which was really great for productivity, where you sort of mark out bigger chunks of your time just to be working on a certain project or a certain area of your life. That seemed to be working really well, but now that everything is a little bit more lax, my like type of scheduling needs sort of changed. So what has been working best for me lately is my bullet journal, and you'll see me with this book a lot because I do use it a lot for almost everything. I have usually a 2-page spread for every week where I have my work schedule and my gym schedule and my video ideas and quotes from books that I like and any appointments or meetings I have. And then I also have like my daily to-do lists, but I have a little bit less to juggle right now. Don't mind him. I don't have a work schedule to juggle anymore. I don't have a strict gym schedule. I can just work out every day whenever I feel like it, if that's what I want. So I think I'm going to change the way I'm planning. I'm probably going to try to do like 1 week per page, and it's probably going to be majority of like a checklist, like a do these things before you're allowed to be lazy for the day checklist. And I really hope that helps. I'm going to start doing that tomorrow and see if it can help me be a little bit more productive. The last 2 days sort of just put me in a fog, unfortunately, so I'm going to try to end that the best way I can. And I really want to come out on top for Camp NaNoWriMo. It's really hard whenever I have my own personal goals. Like I wanted to write 1,400 words today, and I wanted to write 1,400 words yesterday. But the NaNoWriMo website actually takes your goal and it tells you how much you have to write each day if you write the exact same to like win, or like when you know NaNoWriMo. They call it the path to success. And if I didn't write anything for 2 days, I would still be like above the path to success on their website. So that's working against my motivation a little bit, knowing that like I don't have to write and I would still get behind because I have my own goals that I want to hold to, that I'm actually 900 words behind where I want to be, and I should really be pushing for that number. But on these days where motivation is a little bit lower, it's harder to push for an extra high number when I know I don't need to, but I also don't need to be writing a book. So it's a little bit hard to juggle. But here is to a good week. Tomorrow is Monday. Monday is usually the day that starts like my work week. So I'm hoping that as it turns into Monday and I change the way I plan, that I have a really productive day and that I could sort of carry that over through the rest of my week 1 vlog. So yesterday I was at 850 words. I was supposed to come home and add to it, but I did not. So I unfortunately have to write a big red 850 words under my goal for that day. So far I have only missed these 2 days when it came to word count, so that is really exciting. For today I am at about 1,473 words according to this screen over here, but I have a little bit more writing I want to do, so I have it sitting here in pencil for me to go back in and change. Hello, my creatures. Today is actually April 8th, so the week for Camp NaNoWriMo ended last night. I'm doing the update for April 6th and April 7th because whenever I went to film, we had a huge thunderstorm here, so the rain and the lightning and stuff messed with the recording. It's really hard to understand and hard to hear, so I'm sort of doing like a backtrack update, and it's not going to be a good one. I did not meet my goal for the week, and I almost don't want to be like upset about that, but it is a little bit discouraging. So I wanted to be at 12,000 words for this first week. I had a very like front heavy goal and I ended up at 11,200. And the most frustrating part is I can write 800 words in a sitting. If I would have sat down and wrote one more time and knocked out 800 words, I would have met my goal, and I was feeling really discouraged about that last night. I actually had a goal for 1,000 words yesterday, so I stayed up a little bit later to write a little bit more than my goal to make up for some of the stuff that that I missed, but I just felt like I was so close and I came up just a little bit short. But I'm very excited to have a better this week. I feel much better about week 2. I feel like everything's gonna click into place. So my options last night, whenever I was so close to my word count, but like just a little bit too far away to really push for, my options were to stay up later and to finish it, and I would have been tired and groggy today, and I would have had a bad start to week 2, or I could just call it quits, understand that I made a little bit too steep goals, or I was a little bit too lenient with myself, and go to bed. And that's what I ended up doing, which I feel kind of okay about now that I've slept and I realize that my goals are higher than the NaNoWriMo website's goals. It calms me down a little bit because I am still 2 days ahead of where it wants me to be on the website. But I looked back at my goals throughout the first week and they all seem very manageable. I feel like I really estimated what I was capable of well. The problem is I had 2 days where I fell short. Normally those 2 days wouldn't be a problem. One was just by a few hundred words, but the other one was day 1 that I wanted to write 3,000 words to sort of kick off the event, and I really physically wasn't feeling well, so I only wrote a little bit less than 500. So the problem with that is I am scheduling myself pretty perfectly to what I can achieve, but I'm not giving myself any breaks. And I am human and I need breaks, and I didn't feel bad at all that day whenever I had a headache and I laid down and I was like, you know what, I'm not going to write. But in hindsight, it's like if I would have made my goal a little bit smaller, or if I would have pushed myself later in the week, it would have been perfect. The funny thing is, the 2 days after the first, so the second and the third, I had 1,600 word count goals, and both of those days I wrote like around 2,500 or more words. So I was overwriting by a decent chunk in the beginning of the month. So on the 6th, my word count was 2,000 words, which was my second highest for the week. And I actually wrote 2,113 words. So I nailed that pretty solidly. I did really have to push and keep myself motivated halfway through the day to do that. But I think that was a very comfortable amount to write on my day off, because I was just focusing on writing things. And then yesterday, and I don't want to be disappointed, but yesterday my word count goal was only 1,000, and I could have started earlier and wrote more. And by more, I mean I could have pushed a little harder to meet that goal for the week, but my goal was 1,000 words, and I wrote, according to my document, 1,401 words. So I wrote 400 words over my goal, and I really feel like that's something to celebrate. So I don't want to think too hard on missing my goal since it was so close, but it also makes me want to push just a little harder at the beginning of this second week so that I can nail my goal for the second week, which is 10,000 words. I'm very excited about it. So for anybody who's watching, I hope that you're meeting your goals and you're being nice to yourselves. Those things should not be interchangeable. We should be able to do them both. So make sure you come before your manuscript, because if you want to write the best words, you have to take care of you first. So we're celebrating the good accomplishments for the week, and we want to be aware of the bad ones if they are things that are going to resurface, but I don't think there were a lot of those this week. It was a pretty positive time. So the good things are I wrote from my goal on every day but 2, which I think is just really exciting. I also sat down and I wrote every day. I wrote and I updated my NaNo website every day. I have made it past the catalyst point of my story, so things are starting to pick up, which is just really exciting. It's going to start to get more serious. We're going to introduce some new characters. We're going to introduce the magic system. So these are all good things, and hopefully all of our week 2s are more productive than our week 1s. I am a little bit worried at the beginning of next week is that 10 to 14 day stretch where a lot of people start to get discouraged. So make sure that you are uplifting your fellow writing friends and that we're really coming together as a community to push through sort of the sagging middle of NaNoWriMo months. So with that, I'm going to turn off my camera and I'm going to get writing because I really want to have a strong start to week 2. If you are following these NaNoWriMo vlogs, then I appreciate your support, and so does my project. It really keeps me accountable. I will be posting these videos on Friday so they don't interrupt my regular videos on Monday, and I look forward to seeing you guys then.